Durham, North Carolina consistently ranks as one of the top areas to move to. So today we're going to go over 10 things you need to know about Durham, North Carolina. What's up, everybody? Welcome to living in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. I'm Zach Honeycutt. This is my beautiful wife, Cindi. We're a couple of local real estate brokers in the area. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If not, welcome back. This channel is all about Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina and the surrounding areas. So with that being said, let's get to number 10.
Number 10 is our proximity to Raleigh and Chapel Hill. So often you hear this area called the Raleigh-Durham area or the Triangle. So you may have heard someone mention that they live in the Triangle or that you have a job opportunity in the Triangle. So what that's referring to is the triangle-shaped area that refers to Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill.
Yeah, so you're going to hear a lot about triangles when you hear about Raleigh-Durham. So you got the Greater Triangle region, which is Durham, Raleigh, Chapel Hill, or Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill. You've got the Research Triangle, which refers to Duke University, NC State, North Carolina State, and then UNC Chapel Hill, all research schools.
And then you also have the smallest portion of that category in the triangle called Research Triangle Park, and that park is a district located in Durham. It does have some parts that spill into Cary and Wake County, and that is actually the largest research hub in the United States. It has over 100 tech and science companies. Places like Apple and Amazon, not Amazon, Google, are moving to the area, and other big pharma and computer companies are already calling RTP home. Number 9 is the Museum of Life and Science. One of our favorite spots to take our kids. We have toddlers, twin boys, and they love going to the Museum of Life and Science.
We're very well rested.
Yeah, very well rested. So the Museum of Life and Science is located kind of on the North Durham side of town. It's an awesome place, a pretty expansive children's museum, but it's really fun for all ages. There's things for our toddlers to do, and then there's also activities for bigger kids, and they even have adult-only nights, which is really neat.
Yeah, I will say there is a fee for the museum. It's not free by any means. It's actually somewhat pricey. They do have a membership that you can do, which, you know, at the end of the day pays for itself pretty quickly. As far as parks and stuff go, if you're moving here from a larger city, you might find the parks kind of weak. I know we personally do. Durham's parks are not the greatest, but for the Life and Science Museum, it is an outstanding place.
Absolutely, yeah. And we do have a good amount of parks here. There's just not a lot of great new equipment, and honestly not a ton of green space at the parks themselves. But a few places with just a basic playground are available, but the museum's definitely more fun. And for bigger, more expansive parks, you can always drive into Raleigh or Orange County as well with more park options.
Number 8 is the DPAC, which stands for the Durham Performing Arts Center. I don't know a whole lot about shows, so I'm going to kick this one off to Cindi.
The DPAC is one of the largest art centers in the Carolinas, which is really cool. Actually, it is the largest art center in the Carolinas. Different things come and tour into the DPAC, things off Broadway, other comedians, concerts, things like that. It's a beautiful building located right downtown. I think Hamilton's coming back soon.
Yeah, it is.
So pretty cool. Lion King has been there, Wicked, all of those big shows that you can think of. Anyways, it's a great place to go. You can eat dinner downtown, go catch a show at the DPAC. Really a lovely addition to our city.
And number 7 is the tobacco history of Durham. So Durham was really founded on tobacco, and you may say, well, why is this important? So one of the things that makes Durham unique is its architecture. So if you're driving through, let's say you're driving through Raleigh, everything looks kind of new, everything looks kind of the same, at least to me. Everything has the same feel, but in Durham you have these old, brick buildings were built back in the 1800s. I'm thinking places like American Tobacco Campus, Brightleaf Square. So all these places have these old buildings that are just really unique and really cool, and it gives Durham a different vibe than the rest of the Triangle than you find in Chapel Hill or that you find in Raleigh. It's just got a different feel, and a lot of that comes from the tobacco history that over time just been preserved. So these buildings that used to be these storage facilities, they're now apartments or restaurants or shops, and they, instead of being torn down, they've been converted into different means. So I don't know, it's just a really unique aspect of Durham that makes it pretty cool.
Number 7 on our list is
Thank you.
beer.
Number 6.
Number 6. Number 6 on our list is beer. If all the tobacco talk wasn't enough for you, we also have a good amount of beer in
Drugs
Durham.
and alcohol.
Yeah.
What we're known for.
So we have a lot of different breweries that call Durham home now, which is pretty cool. Even one that's new that has non-alcoholic drinks, specializing in just fun options for people that maybe aren't trying to have alcohol, or just maybe it's not the right time of day, whatever. So a lot of fun places to go and hang out with friends. Full Steam Brewery, Motor Co., Ponysaurus. We have a lot of different places. Yeah, Bull City Burger and Brewery. Bull City Cider Works, really good if you're not like a beer fan, but you like the cider. Lots of fun options.
Yeah, really. I mean, Durham's one of the top brewery locations in North Carolina. I believe it's Asheville, North Carolina, Wilmington, and probably Durham's in third. But a ton of local breweries. The World Beer Festival is actually held here in Durham. Never been, but if you're into that, sounds pretty cool. But as far as breweries goes, ton of options. Number 5 is the Durham Bulls. So they are a AAA baseball team. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge baseball fan, but they are affiliated with the Tampa Bay Rays. The games, I mean, even speaking as a non-baseball fan, it's fun to go to. You know, I mean, even if you don't like baseball, it's an enjoyable place to go. The stadium's really cool. So yeah, I mean, they were national champions in 2017. I think in 2018 they went to the national championship, ended up losing. So they're a great team, a ton of fun to go to. But if you're a huge baseball fan, it's awesome.
And if you've seen the movie Bull Durham back in the 80s,
it's true.
Based on that. So
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Bull Durham. I think Kevin Costner, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think
So.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Number 4 on our list is that Durham is a university powerhouse. We have 2 universities here. Duke University, very well known, great research facilities, hospital, and everything there. And then we also have North Carolina Central University, which is a historically black college in Durham, and that now falls under the North Carolina Public Universities.
Number 3 is our foodie culture. So Durham has a ton of restaurants, a ton of variety, really all types of food. Coffee shops are big here. If you're a big coffee addict like myself, you will find plenty of options here. I was actually surprised doing a little bit of research. Durham doesn't rank that high for restaurants per capita. I think a city like Asheville actually ranks a little higher, but I think Durham punches above its weight when it comes to the size of the city. The food here really is just outstanding.
Yeah, really good. There's a lot of different types of places, fusion restaurants, sushi, Italian, pizza, burgers, like anything you can think of, vegan restaurants, Mediterranean, just everything is at your hands here. What is possible.
But Durham also has a large food truck culture. A lot of employers will bring in food trucks for their employees. You'll find different, food truck rodeos going on throughout the city. They actually do a farmer's market in the summer where they bring in food trucks, and you can go down there. Durham's got a really nice farmer's market downtown. But yeah, it all really revolves around this foodie culture that's here, and it's a really thriving food scene.
Definitely.
Number 2, and honestly, this is probably my favorite one, even though it's not number 1, is geography. And here's what I mean by that. Durham is close to anything you want to get to in the state. You're about 2.5 hours from the coast. You're about 2.5 hours from the mountains. And I mean, honestly, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Nope, you could do a day trip to either of those places, which is awesome. There's several beach towns in North Carolina, several mountain towns in North Carolina. So some are obviously further than others, but it's nice to you can go dip your feet in the ocean in just a couple of hours, which is really cool.
Yeah. For beaches, you're looking at Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, Topsail Beach. You're only about 2 hours from Wilmington. Wilmington's not actually on the beach, it's on the river, but it's an amazing city to visit. For the mountains, you're looking about 2.5 hours from Boone, probably a little bit more for Blowing Rock, which is another just gorgeous area. If you're looking to go to Asheville, it's a little bit further, but really the biggest thing is, I mean, you know, when you're 2.5 hours from the mountains or you're 2.5 hours from the beach, I mean, it seriously doesn't get any better than that. For bigger cities, you're only about 5 hours from DC and about 5 hours from Atlanta as well. So, I mean, you're honestly, it's just a prime location.
Definitely. It's a great place to live.
Yeah. And then number one, what you all have been waiting for is college basketball. If you're moving to Durham, North Carolina, and you're coming from SEC country, you probably don't even know college basketball exists. If you're coming from another part of the country, college basketball probably exists in March and April, at the beginning of April, and that's really it. In Durham, North Carolina, college basketball is king. Really, North Carolina in general, but in Durham specifically, in the Triangle specifically, college basketball is king. You got Duke University, which is a nationally known powerhouse.
Best college basketball team.
Agreed 100%. Next door neighbor, Chapel Hill, you got the Tar Heels, not nearly as good. But great storied history, Dean Smith, Michael Jordan, I mean, just an incredible program. If you're coming to the area, you got to be prepared to pick a side. And NC State is not one of those choices.
Not a side.
Yeah, it's honestly, they're the redhead stepchild of the region. So it's either the Blue Devils or it's the UNC Tar Heels. You got to pick one of them. Even if you're not a college basketball fan moving into the area, you're going to have to become one. So
nothing annoys a local more than someone saying they're a fan of both teams.
Yeah, it's not possible. No. It's not an option.
Not.
So if you're moving to the area, college basketball, you got to become a fan.
A Duke fan.
I like that. Yeah. All right, everybody, those are the 10 things you need to know when moving to Durham, North Carolina. If you got any value from this, and we hope you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. We post new videos every single week. If you have any questions whatsoever, make sure to text us or call us at the number below. We're available anytime. You'll also find our email down there. But thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week.